decline in biodiversity within a species, an ecosystem, a particular geographic region, or the entire Earth is referred to as biodiversity loss. The ecosystem where the reduction has occurred may stop working as a result of this loss of diversity in life. Biodiversity loss isn't just about species going extinct. Even the small population drops can upset the ecosystems. When the numbers reduce suddenly, it's harder for animals to find mates, leading to more declines. This, coupled with genetic diversity shrinking, can spur inbreeding, further harming populations. While a species does not become extinct from the biosphere or ecosystem, its niche gets smaller as its population declines. A rapid drop in population size may result in major alterations to the structure of the ecosystem if the niche occupied by a single species or a group of species are essential to its healthy operation. For instance, removing trees from a forest removes the habitat they provide for animals, shade, regulations of temperature and moisture, and nutrient transfer that they offer to the ecosystem.
Factor of lost biodiversity is pollution. The loss of biodiversity to the pollution is the significant concern worldwide. Pollution can directly harm organisms through chemical contamination or indirectly disrupt ecosystem, leading to the decline in the species population and loss of the habitat. It's equally to address pollution through sustainable practice and regulation to mitigate its impact on biodiversity. This pollution reduces the quality of life and ecosystem that cause the damage whether it's air pollution, water and soil pollution can have to devastating effect on the biodiversity. Chemical pollution can contaminate habitat, poison organism and disrupt ecosystem. For example, oil spill can devastate marine life, while for the air pollution can harm plant and animal through acid rain and smoke. This have been to give a more impact to lost biodiversity.
The next factor is human activities. The loss of biodiversity is mostly caused by human activities, including urbanization, the clearing of forests for agriculture, and infrastructure development. First, urbanization destroys wood area, forcing wild animals to relocate or face significant habitat pressure. Next, agriculture deforestation affects natural ecosystem, destroying refuge and food sources for many animal and plant species. Third, the construction of infrastructure like highway, dams disrupt natural flow, divide animal population, and modify the geography of the environment. As a result, there is a decline in the number of species, a rise in the danger of extinction, and the equilibrium of the environment is upset. Now, I will share with you the impacts. Take a moment to imagine the beauty and complexity of a thriving ecosystem teeming with life. Now, contrast that with the bleak reality of biodiversity loss. When species disappear, ecosystems suffer. One major effect of biodiversity loss is the decline of pollinators such as bees and butterflies. Without these pollinators, our food production falters, crops fail, and food scarcity becomes a harsh reality. But it's not just our food supply that's at risk. Biodiversity loss also threatens our access to medicines. Many of our most effective medicines comes from nature, but as species disappear, so do potential cures for diseases.
ecosystem stability. Biodiversity is crucial for the stability of ecosystem. When species are lost, ecosystems become more vulnerable to disturbances such as climate change, invasive species, and disease. This can lead to destabilizations of ecosystems, making them less resilient and more prone to collapse. Then, ecosystem services. Biodiversity ecosystems provide a wide range of services essential for human well-being, including pollinations, water purifications, soil fertility, and climate regulation. The loss of biodiversity can impair these services, leading to decline in agriculture, productivity, increased vulnerability to natural disasters, and other negative impacts.
Today, we're facing the critical issue of biodiversity loss. As Carol pointed out, it threatens ecosystems, food security, and access to medicines. Nazwa added that it destabilizes ecosystems and essential services. Given these impacts, it's imperative that we take action. And I have a solution that each of us can easily implement. One simple action you can take is to plant more greenery in your garden or community spaces, whether it's flowers, shrubs, or trees. Every bit of greenery helps provide habitat and food for local wildlife. For example, planting flowering plants like marigolds or sunflowers attracts pollinators like bees and butterflies, while bushes and trees offer shelter and nesting sites for birds. Now, let's hear from our local government. What action will you take to support biodiversity conservation in our community?
Save Our Malayan Tiger campaign is one of the initiatives led by the Ministry through Department of Wildlife and National Parks Perhilitan with collaboration from other government agencies, including state governments and NGOs, in order to protect our national icon from extinction. There are 4 main thrusts under this campaign, including conservation by conducting field studies and breeding Malayan tigers and its prey species. The government also established an enforcement team to curb all forms of illegal hunting, wildlife smuggling, and other violations under the Wildlife Conservation Act 2010. Many enforcement cases have been obtained and wire traps or snares destroyed. In addition, public awareness and corporate social responsibility also have been implemented in order to increase awareness to the public about the population of Malayan tiger that is at a worrying state.
In conclusion, the urgency of addressing biodiversity loss cannot be overstated. It's not merely about the disappearance of species, it's about an intact web of life that sustains us all, from the smallest pollinators to the magical predators. Every organism plays a vital role in maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. Let's stand together as stewards of our planet, committed to preserving its biodiversity and ensuring a sustainable future for all living beings. Thank you for your attention and dedication to this critical cause.